I have 4 notebooks worth of to-do lists, and I use them every day. But what am I actually trying to say here? As you can see, the title of this video is Never Do Nothing, and it's all gonna make sense in a second when I actually explain why I don't like to-do lists. I don't like to-do lists because they're limited. So if you have a goal to reach, like you have something big that you want to reach, there's never nothing to do, you know? So when you write a to-do list, it better be so long that it takes you an entire day until your bedtime to finish it. But that's not what most people do. What most people do is they make a task list. Okay, sure, the tasks may be important, but they subconsciously procrastinate by making a short to-do list. So a short to-do list can even be 2 pages long. Like if you can finish it in half a day, like that's not enough. That's a bad to-do list. If you have a goal, once again, there's never nothing to do. Your day doesn't end until you're in bed sleeping. And I'm not saying you shouldn't rest, but you should rest in a way that still contributes to your movement towards what you're trying to achieve. Even though to-do lists sound so productive, a lot of people make them limited so that they're done by like 8 p.m. so that they have 2 hours to scroll on TikTok. Even if you have a to-do list, which is what I do, I write a to-do list, and then when I finish it, I look at what I have to do tomorrow and I do it. Because when you are trying to achieve something, you never run out of tasks to do. So for example, it could be client work. Like you're not gonna just stop for the day and that's your limit. Like people pretend like there's an invisible ceiling that's like stopping them from continuing the task for the day. So like I said, even if you want to rest, if you finish your to-do list and your tasks for the day, you should do something that still contributes to your movement towards your goals. So for example, even just sleeping early, like if you sleep like at 7 or 8 p.m., you're gonna wake up a lot earlier the next day, and you're gonna be able to work for longer and better because you're gonna sleep longer. The reason I'm telling you this is because staying idle, so basically doing nothing, is the recipe for failure. You're literally gonna fall behind. That's something I've learned recently the hard way. Even if you're staying idle for like 2 hours per day scrolling on TikTok, that's of course staying idle. That is bad. That is gonna set you back. And I'm not trying to be an extremist here, okay? But if you have a goal to achieve and you're trying to get there fast, you're not gonna sit there for the 2 hours that you have until bedtime scrolling on TikTok or doing something unproductive or playing a video game. If you want to do that, that's fine. But if you're actually trying to take this seriously and you're actually trying to get there fast, you're not supposed to sit there for 2 hours doing nothing. Let me just explain this with an analogy. So literally everything in life, when you stay idle, it goes bad. So for example, water, it grows a bunch of really bad brain-eating bacteria when it stays still, you know, like the whole still water thing, like why it's scary, like the meme. The reason it's scary is because there's brain-eating bacteria in it because it's not moving, it's still. An even better example is when you are in a pool and you're swimming, a deep pool, and you're swimming, if you do nothing, even if you want to stay in the same spot, if you do nothing, if you don't move, you're going to sink all the way to the bottom and you're going to die. If you don't want to die, but you still want to stay in the same spot, you have to keep moving so you can stay afloat. So when you make a to-do list and you put a limited amount of tasks on there, you're subconsciously procrastinating before the time even comes to procrastinate. You get what I mean? So let's say you put 5 important tasks in your to-do list. You're probably going to be done by like, let's say 6 p.m. You subconsciously did that the day before so that you can have free time at the end of the day. Like even if you're denying it, like subconsciously without knowing it, that's why you're doing it. You're putting a limited amount of tasks because you're scared to spend more time working. I'm saying that because that's something I realized recently. Like I've been making short to-do lists for ages, literally for ages. And just recently, like in the last month or so, I realized that subconsciously I've been scared to make my to-do lists longer because I would miss out on the 30 minutes before bedtime that I have to myself. So even now, if I have a bunch of tasks on my to-do list and I make it like 10 pages long, like even if I make it 10 pages long and I finish it by the end of the day, if I still have some time until bedtime, I fill it with a task. So even like if you are a person that really needs rest, you can rest in a way, like I said at the beginning of this video, in a way that contributes to you moving towards what you want to achieve. So what I do, I fill it with a task that I'm going to do tomorrow, or I fill it with something that's going to fill my brain with good stuff. So reading, watching an educational video, like maybe something on copywriting, growth operating, like something that's actually going to teach me something. Or I sleep early. I just sleep like, it's just like 1 hour extra or half an hour extra. Like that's good. You're going to sleep more and you're going to wake up very well rested. Basically, the entire point of this video is never do nothing, don't stay idle, because that's how you're gonna sink down. You're never really done until you reach what you want to reach. So you saying my to-do list is done for today, let me just scroll on TikTok, that's you saying that you don't have any tasks left for you to achieve your goals. The best thing you can do if you're really an extremist and you really want to get there fast is to keep working until bedtime. So don't let a to-do list limit you. Like personally, I'm not even a big fan of meditation and cold showers and stuff, but if you want to fill the rest of your time with that, if that's going to move you forward, then do it. Not to even mention that scrolling on social media and scrolling on TikTok fills your subconscious with thoughts that aren't even important. So if you spend that time filling your brain with stuff that's going to help you in your progress, your subconscious is going to be a lot more full with productive stuff and productive thoughts rather than stupid memes, stupid brain rot. This is also something that helps with productivity and procrastination. And it is focusing on your thoughts, but not just focusing on them. I'm going to make a video on this, but not just focusing on them, but making sure that they're always related to your goals. So if you find yourself thinking about something that's irrelevant, you just switch your thoughts back to something that's good for your progress. That's why a bunch of people say you should go on walks without music so you can think, but you can just do that throughout the entire day. For example, when you're washing the dishes or when you're doing something, a chore, or going for groceries, you can fill your thoughts during those periods with productive thoughts. Thinking about only things related to your goals leaves no space for a temptation to go on social media or play video games or do whatever. It leaves no space for it, and it actually even motivates you to get to work because all you're thinking about is work. So all you can do is work. So like they always say, your thoughts are your actions. Anyways, I went very off topic, but like I said, I will make a specific video on productive thoughts and how they lead to productive actions. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.